Hi, this is Nira with HDpiano.com. This is Joyful by X Ambassadors, the intro and first verse. 1, 2, 3. All right, that was the intro and the first verse. Before we move on, wondering if any of you are X Ambassadors fans. If you are, comment below. Let me know what you think of this new sound for them. It's a little more bluesy, jazzy than they usually do, but I like it. We're in 3/4, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not only are we in 3/4, we're also in swing feel. So the eighth notes sound like this. Da, 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 da. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So that gives it a little more jazzy feel. We start out with E. We're in the key of E major. Left hand plays E, B. Right hand, E, B, E on top. And we're going to roll this first chord. So that means both of the lowest notes get played first together. And then the rest of the notes go bottom to top very quickly afterwards, like this. Same thing in the next measure. We're going to add D in the left hand. Right hand plays D on top, then back to E. Next measure, we're going to roll the chords again. This time it's an A chord with E in the bottom. So again, that's 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and catch that pickup, which is an E sharp, to the next measure. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So a lot of play between the hands, a lot of eighth note action bouncing between the hands. Let's take those 8 bars again slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, feel free to rewind and play that back a bunch of times slowly before you get to the full speed. Let's just go over from the F sharp chord here. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and. So 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The last couple measures here are a nice traditional gospel walk down that you might hear in a lot of traditional songs, even in hymnals. It's a very traditional walk down, but it sounds really cool in this song. That's A, G sharp, F sharp with B on top, and then we land back at E. For right hand, together. You'll see this a few times in the song with a little bit different voicing each time. So go back, play those 8 measures slowly, and right now we're going to play them full speed. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so that's the intro. That is going to come back in different forms throughout the song. But for now, let's move on to verse 1. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's just take that part first before we move on to the second half. We start out with an E major chord again, adding those little melody notes in the right hand. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Notice that we're still rolling the first chord of these measures, adding a D natural here. Okay, let's take that and count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. That's a little tricky to count. Let's start on the A chord here. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to catch that pickup note. Again, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and moving on. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1. So we get that gospel walk down back, but the left hand is an octave lower this time. Let's take those 8 measures again slowly, and I'll count out loud with you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so moving into that next 8 measure section, we have a pretty epic roll up here. Might take a little practice to get your hands to coordinate with each other and be in time. That's kind of hard to do, but the notes you're going to play are B, C natural, C sharp, D sharp. And then we're going to land on an E chord. So I think the best thing to do here is to make sure you've got all these notes under your fingers ready to go so you can just roll them off in one pass, kind of like when we roll the chords. So we start out here and roll up. Just practice that a little slower, then get a little faster, and then practice landing that next chord, because that'll be the hard part. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so after you do that roll, we landed on an E major chord, and we're going to jump down to this low octave in the left hand. We're actually going to end up holding this low E down for most of this section. So we've got 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Let's just take that again. 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Then we catch a pickup, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. That again. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we've got that good old walk down in yet another form. Notice the right hand is moving down in thirds, the lower 2 notes. Always helps to look for patterns here. And the left hand, keeping the E in your thumb, walking down the lower note. And we finish with an 8th note triplet, going into the chorus. If you want to learn the chorus, head over to HDpiano.com. For now, let's take these second 8 measures of the verse slowly, starting from our roll up to the first measure. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, triplet. All right, very cool. So let's try the entire verse slowly and then full speed. Here we go. Top of the verse, start out with an E chord. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, triplet. All right, well, that is a lot to get through, but I hope you're doing well with it. Feel free to rewind, play as slow as you want to, as many times as you want to. Right now, let's play the entire verse full speed. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whew, all right, great work with that so far. We've still got the chorus, we've got another verse, the bridge, plenty more to learn over at HDpiano.com, so stick around.